going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be talking about the AP situation and the way that the breakdowns have been going. I gave you guys a quick summation of it yesterday with the way that, it's being used and, the way it affects all of us. And some of you guys were like, yo, thank you for doing that. But more or less, what am I saying? Do we have to use 11 minimum to have a usable QB? And that's what pretty much EA has done. They've made it so that two of the most used abilities in the game is so much more overpriced. We have no choice but to spend. Like, there's literally nothing else you can do. You're gonna have to spend on it, right? So it's 11 AP for just your quarterback because you want Gunslinger and Escape Artist. Now, let me just go ahead and explain something to you. There are different ways to do stuff. It's sort of like this, right? Some people like peanut butter and jelly, some people don't. Some people just want jelly. You see what I'm saying? But most people are going to agree, bro, growing up, them sandwiches were crazy, right? It's like, all right, you can have, somebody get excited about just the jelly sandwich at the same way that it's peanut butter and jelly. Like, we have different preferences, right? But the outcome is still the same. This is what the situation is right now. Escape Artist, once you've used it, there's no debate about it. We can't debate like, oh, you know what? Just give me some jelly. I don't want no peanut butter. Like, you want everything with Escape Artist because you've become so accustomed to it. It's very hard not to use it. Gunslinger. We've had this argument. We've had this debate. Yo, Gmia, I'm just going to go ahead and use Pass Lead Elite. Good luck. Okay? The ball will not get there the same speed, and in most cases, you will be picked off. Because what EA Sports did was, they upped the man coverage. So what you may notice is a lot more people are running man-to-man against your crossers, and they're actually running step for step. And no, they're not using one step ahead. Because EA Sports, they change their game so often when it comes to Madden, with the simplistic patches. You have to be able to pick up on this stuff. And Escape Artist is not, I think they kind of nerfed it a little, not really noticeable, but I have been getting caught a lot more than I used to. Granted, it is Josh Allen versus using Derrickano, Henry, but it's still a situation going on where you can actually notice that there's a change there. So I just wanted to make sure that I brought that up because some of you guys were asking, did I notice since they upped the AP that Escape Artist is not even really working the same exact way? But let me go ahead and tell you this, right? If you think that using Dan Marino with Pass Lead Elite is the best case scenario for you, go ahead and do that. But once you get a taste of Gunslinger and Escape Artist, 11 AP is going to become the norm for you. Because you automatically know that once you escape the pocket, somebody's open. Why is that? All the zones break down and they do everything that you don't tell them to do. So if you guys notice, PA boot over is even more OP since the patch. They all, listen, again, for those of you guys that are new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe the family and understand there's a history with what EA Sports has been doing to us over the years. And we fully expect that things are going to be broken when they fix one thing. We understand that. We know what's going on. My point is this, though. You guys seem to not register in your brains. Once EA starts playing with the game, it gets really, really bad and it becomes worse than what it actually was. So with the pro players that have the issue with the Escape Artist being what it was and upping it and wanting updates and all this stuff, a lot more comes with that. They don't just up it, they tune stuff. They change the way the game is played. And then now it creates more problems and then the game just continues to go into a worse state. And for the most part, many of you guys that understand that aspect of it, you pretty much operate with the way that I do. When we see that something is broken, we try to figure out a way to deal with it. Because that's the way that we can prevent EA from getting involved and doing something. Unless it's like a real drastic patch. Like, you have these guys that when you kick the ball up to them, they run out of bounds with their player and come back in and have, it's a penalty because they were out of bounds when they received the kickoff, and then they get the ball at the 1. Dumb things like that that's already made by the EA development team, obviously that should be patched. But with the gameplay, once you start bothering it, it gets really bad. So getting back to Josh Allen, he and Derrick Henry for me would be 11 AP. I prefer him over Derrick Henry simply because he throws the ball so much more accurately, and when you throw deep passes from the pocket, he can do both. He can do it without the ball lagging in the air for the guy to pick it off, and it's just so much more efficient, although we're missing a lot of speed. So what's going to happen is this, and what I'm going to recommend that you guys do, because I know a lot of you guys that watch this video, you're going to end up pulling a golden ticket. Derrick Henry QB golden ticket is definitely going to be something, but don't be surprised if we get a Josh Allen, if we get a Aaron Rodgers, you know, because people understand what it means to get the player, you know, it's very, very difficult to be able to say, you know, how are we going to do stuff? How are we going to operate with the way that the game is designed right now, right? If we get an Aaron Rodgers with like a 90 speed, is he going to be better than using the golden ticket Derrick Henry that's 99 speed with maybe 99 throw power? No, it won't be the same, but that's a later date and time for us to discuss that. Right now, Derrick Henry is really lacking with the deep accuracy, so even though they're both 11 AP, I would recommend highly that you go after Josh Allen if for whatever reason you're interested in getting the ball accurately down the field a lot more often. Now, yes, Jalen Hurts also gets gunslinger and escape, and yes, he also he's accurate enough to throw the ball down the field and do all that stuff, but he's not Josh Allen. Because Josh Allen standing 6'5", you're not going to have a lot of issue with the ball itself. You know, getting the ball to certain places and doing things, you're not going to have major issues with that. So I just want to make sure everybody understands, you know, with the way that the game is, that, yeah, this is cute. You know, the fast speed, whatever, running around like an idiot. But you see that deep accuracy at 85? It really is bad when you're throwing from the pocket. Now, on the run, it doesn't matter. He'll just launch the ball like he's Bo Jackson in his prime. Like, it's not going to be an issue. But for the most part, I'm just letting you guys understand thoroughly, there's a major, major difference in the way that both these players throw the ball. So I would at this point just say, you know what? We're going to leave this alone for a little bit as far as Derrick Henry being our quarterback, and we're going to focus on Josh Allenson. All right? Because I want you guys to be able to make those wild throws backwards, off your back foot, not looking, all that good stuff. Josh Allen can do it. He stands bigger, and his numbers are better. But as soon as the next wave happens, which will probably be, like I said, I think, you know, golden tickets, February, March, whenever they decide to do it, we're going to get those opportunities, obviously, that are year ending. And then we'll have the quarterback with all the, you know, the proper slots, and then it'll all make sense. But look, this is where it's very interesting also with the golden tickets. They've raised everything so wildly, it's kind of weird. We're going to have to figure it out, but it will reduce a lot of our overhead with AP from 11 to 8 until they go ahead and increase the ability point system. All right, so I just want you guys to know it is standard to have a usable quarterback in this game right now to use 11 AP. It's not unusual to have that as the situation. All right, so you're going to have to figure out how you want to manipulate everything else and take abilities off other players if you want the cheese. Do you want that escape gunslinger cheese? If you do, 11 AP is now the norm. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Hopefully you're having an unbelievable day. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.